news. President Muhammadu Buhari says his government will not allow anyone to use money and thugs to intimidate Nigerians at the polls come 2023. Truck drivers working with OBAJANA cement factory, KOGI State, protest alleged unfair treatment by the management of the company. China is finally moving away from its zero-COVID policy, looking to live with the virus like the rest of the world. And Spain-born HAKIMI sends Morocco to World Cup quarterfinals as Portugal demolish Switzerland. This is the MLC TV News Hour reaching live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am JNG Abalagbubo. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, said his government will not allow anyone to use money and thugs to intimidate Nigerians at the polls come 2023. This, he said, that Nigerians will vote for the leader of their choice in the 2023 elections as they are now wiser and know better. According to a statement by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, the President said this when he hosted the West African Elders Forum pre-election mediation mission led by former Sierra Leonean President Dr. Ernest Koroma at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The statement read, President Buhari to West African elders, the election will be free, fair and credible. Thanking his guests for their service to the sub-region, the President cited the off-season elections held in Anambra, Ekiti and Osun State as pointers to the federal government's readiness to allow people to choose leaders they want. He said that right is a guarantee. They are settling down and making progress. People should vote for whoever they want in whatever party. Former President Koroma, who led the team of elders, said they had met with stakeholders across the parties, civil society and Independent National Electoral Commission, among others, and they commend them for making it clear both locally and internationally that the elections will be free and fair. He commended the President for not listening to voices that may have tried to convince him to seek a third term in office against the laws of the country, noting that other countries look up to Nigeria for direction. The elders also include former Vice President of the Gambia, Fatoumata Tambajang, former Special Representative of the Secretary General of the United Nations, Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, and Executive Director of Goodluck Jonathan Foundation, Anne Iyonu. Truck drivers working with OBAJANA cement factory, KOGI State, have been protesting alleged unfair treatment by the management of the company. The protest led to the blocking of the only access road to Kaba. Motorists were forced to seek alternative routes to their destinations. Using their trucks to block major entrances to OBAJANA factory site, the drivers demonstrated despite heavy security presence, demanding the removal of the management over unhealthy industry practices. They accused the management of high turnover of drivers, alleging that some of them lost their jobs on flimsy excuses. He noted that the action of the management affected the financial situation of the drivers, adding that some of them owed the company in millions of naira. They also alleged that drivers were arrested and humiliated for no reason. Aside urging the authorities to address the issues raised above, they also lamented poor working conditions and demanded the removal of the company's head of transportation. With the help of the KOGI Police Command and the Army, the road was cleared. However, the head of corporate communications, Dangote Group, Tony Chiajina, told journalists in Lokoja that the truck drivers were angry over the company's decision to install anti-theft devices on the trucks. The KOGI State College of Nursing and Midwifery, Obangede, has matriculated Set 48, 49 and PC 31 of the institution. The ceremony was conducted at the college quadrangle amidst jubilation. The provost of the college, Hannah Ozohu Abraham, and other dignitaries at the event charged the matriculated students at the college to remain good ambassadors of the institution. Our reporter, Joshua Adinoy, has the detail.
Capping and striping, which signifies the induction of the student into the nursing profession, was an activity that took the center stage at the event as they jubilate over the success they recorded so far.
And devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care.
And devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The Provost, Hannah Oziohu Abraham, expressed happiness over the success recorded at the matriculation ceremony, promising that the students will impact the society positively. She enjoined them to continue to work hard and also wish them greater heights.
I promise the society that we are giving them the best because our training here is superb and excellent. Our products out there are very good, and that is the message we've been receiving from those they are working with. So I promise the society that we are producing polyvalent nurses that will give them the best of care in all our healthcare institutions. Well, my advice is they should keep working hard because it's just the first hurdle they have crossed. We still have greater hurdles to cross. So if they don't work hard, if they relent, they might fail. So they have to keep working until they get their goal. And their goal is to become nurses, qualified nurses that work anywhere in the world.
A guest speaker, Salau Adin Yahaya, who doubles as the Provost of UC College of Nursing, or Chadamo, and the Provost, College of Education Technical, Kaba, Dr. Victoria Ishola Jagboro, both charged the students to be prepared for the task ahead and remain humane in the discharge of their duties.
You can perform this job effectively and efficiently if you are well prepared educationally. That is what I'm telling them, that they must be well prepared and they should be humanistic in their approach to issues.
Advice is whatsoever strength they have placed, they are placed on their studies, that got them to be matriculated, that sent away 200, they should not desist from it. I know in the past, they used to put on their effort to pass this exam. And once the examination is passed, it's like the hands up and say, well, they have arrived. This one should not say they have arrived. They should continue so that they will not spend more than 3 years in the school.
At the event, the Senior Special Assistant to Kogi State Governor, Yahya Bello, on student matters, Isa Onimisi Babangida, called on the matriculated students to remain law-abiding on and outside the campus. He said Governor Bello has continued to ensure a conducive learning environment for them.
If you don't have a conducive learning environment, you tend to be backward when it comes to learning. But as far as this government is concerned, they are committed into making sure that both the infrastructure and human capital development, then whatever it takes for learning to be conducive for students, His Excellency is always a top-notch for His Excellency to make sure that those things are available as far as the school environment is concerned. He's committed to do more because as we speak, we have over 30 bedding spacing that is already on construction in this school, and this is first of its kind.
The coordinators of Set 48, Joy Jimo, and James Anazaduro Joseph of Set 49, both assured that their products are well groomed for the profession.
My advice for them is that this is not the end of it all. They are just starting, and that they should put in a lot of hard work in order to reach their destination. They should not relent. They should take God as their pillar, and also to work with people that will add value to their lives. They should obey the school rules and regulation. Always remember the nurses' pledge and also work with the nursing ethics.
That is why we give them the best. And if you look at the selection, there are almost 305. And out of that 305, it is only we were able to have just 102 that came out after the exams. So I can beat my chest that at the end of the day, when they are graduating from this place, they will be able to offer the society, Nigeria at large, and even international, the best nursing professional care.
The class representatives of Set 48 and 49 of the institution expressed joy over their successful matriculation, describing the institution as a breeding ground for those who wish to be successful with positive results in the nursing profession.
And just like a barrack, every soldier comes into this college to train. So one thing I have gained from this school is that just as a soldier, this school has trained me to blend with life in such a rigorous way. And one thing I also want to tell others that will be coming after me is that this school is a barrack, it's a place of training where some persons will be retained and some persons will also be rejected. So anyone coming, just prepare to come as a soldier, do your best, commit the rest to God, and you can be sure that you are set for the best in life.
Presently, I feel very excited, I feel happy, because it has not been very easy. It has not been easy at all. Everything is just through God. Without God, you cannot do anything. Everything through the prayer. You have to pray. You have to just do everything. Although I just give glory to God. Actually, talking about this college, well, we thank God for everything, Sha. It's not an easy thing because we are over 300 that will be admitted at first before the exam, and 100 will be choosing. So you striving for 100 is not something very easy, but with God, everything is possible.
One among the parents could not but pray to God to help them with the ability to send their children to higher institutions.
About this program, in fact, I'm very happy that my daughter is one of the matriculating students today. In fact, my first daughter applied in this school, but she couldn't succeed. I thank God that this one has succeeded. Then I'm praying that all the parents, may God give them power to be able to take them to the next level.
Highlights of the event include the presentation of awards to deserving students, oath of allegiance, and remarks by dignitaries, as the students also took time to celebrate the day in a grand style. I am Joshua Adinoy, reporting for MLC TV.
The Lagos State government has held a pens-down ceremony for 19 permanent secretaries who served the state and retired statutorily between January and December 2022. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, commended the retirees after their 35 years of meritorious service during the event held in Alausa, Ikeja. Hamzat, who was represented by the State Commissioner for Establishment, Training and Pension, Ajibola Ponle, said all the retiring permanent secretaries contributed to the success stories of the present administration. In his address, the state head of service, HAKIMI Okunola, said he has no doubt in mind that he would deploy skills, wide knowledge, extensive administrative and management experience garnered over the years to continue to add value to themselves, their communities, and Lagos State at large. Responding on behalf of the retirees, the immediate past permanent secretary and Tutor General Education District 1, Margaret Sholari, appreciated the government for allowing them to serve. We go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. Now on politics. The Nigeria Interreligious Council dismissed fears in certain quarters that the 2023 elections may make or mar the country. Rather, NIREC, under the joint leadership of the Sultan of Sokoto and President General of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Saad Abubakar III, and the President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Archbishop Daniel Oko, expressed optimism that with the collective action of critical stakeholders and the people, a national rebirth for Nigeria could happen after the election. The NIREC co-chairman dismissed the fears in Abuja during its fourth quarterly meeting with the theme, Peaceful and Credible Elections for National Renaissance. At the event, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, assured stakeholders that the elections would be conducted peacefully and credibly. Abubakar said a lot of people made comments about the 2023 elections as a make or break election for Nigeria, and he doesn't believe in that. He refused to believe that the forthcoming polls are just an election in which people will go out, cast their votes in peace, and then whoever emerges as the winner, as the Almighty Allah decided, will be the leader of this country and the state they all come from. He doesn't believe it's a make or break election. The Khan president said the ugly history of pre or post-electoral violence will not be repeated in 2023 if all critical stakeholders decide to halt the trend through strategic conversation that appeals to the conscience of the political class. Oko said even people with no coherent political ideology and development agenda of any kind also engage in do-or-die politics. The other issue is the lack of transparency in the electoral process and the ungodly alliance of some security agents with the political class to subvert the process and confer undue advantage on one political party against the others. Now on foreign. China has rolled back its most severe COVID policies, including forcing people into quarantine camps. Just a week after landmark protests against the strict controls, people with COVID can now isolate at home rather than in state facilities if they have mild or no symptoms. They also no longer need to show tests for most venues, although a PCR test is needed for schools and hospitals. Citizens have expressed relief but also concern about the sudden changes. The raft of changes show China is finally moving away from its zero COVID policy and looking to live with the virus like the rest of the world. This comes as the country is grappling with its biggest wave of infections, over 30,000 each day. The National Health Commission announced a swathe of other measures, including restrictions like lockdowns should be applied, be more precisely identified areas, for example, certain buildings, units and floors, as opposed to whole neighborhood or citywide lockdowns. Identified high-risk areas should come out of lockdown in 5 days if no new cases are found. Schools should remain open if there is no wider campus outbreak. The new guidelines also included a strict ban on blocking fire exits and doors and said people had to be able to access emergency medical treatment and escape routes unhindered by pandemic control measures. Authorities also stressed the need to accelerate the vaccination of elderly people. Democrats have cemented their control of the United States Senate by winning a bitterly fought seat in Georgia, according to projections. Raphael Warnock fended off Republican challenger Herschel Walker in a race that had been left undecided after last month's midterm elections. President Joe Biden's party now holds the upper chamber of Congress by 51 to 49. The result caps a disappointing round of midterm election results for the Republicans. The party underperformed expectations last month by winning only a slender majority in the U.S. House of Representatives Congress lower chamber. Georgia's contest had to be settled by a runoff vote because no candidate passed 50% of the vote in November, although Warnock had led Walker by 37,000 votes cast. Voting numbers in Georgia alone reached 1.4 million, election official Gabriel Stalin said after polls closed, adding there had been record turnout across the board. A record of 1.9 million Georgians had already cast early or postal ballots. Tuesday night's victory means that although most legislation will still need Republican support, it will be slightly easier for Biden to appoint judges and members of his administration. If Democrats had lost Georgia, the party's control of a 50-50 Senate would have depended on U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris' tie-breaking votes. Let's join Jonah Malik for the sports update.
And on sports update, Belgian playmaker Eden Hazard has retired from international football at the age of 31. Hazard, who is an attacking midfielder, made his Belgium debut in 2008 at the age of 17 and went on to win 126 caps, scoring 33 goals. His decision comes after Belgium were knocked out of the World Cup in the group stage. Hazard was part of the squad that reached the semi-final of the 2018 FIFA World Cup, losing 1-0 to France, and went on to defeat England to finish third. Still on sports, the Lawn Tennis Association has been fined £820,000 by the ATP for banning Russian and Belarusian male players from this summer grass court event. The ban was imposed in reaction to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The governing body has also been warned it could lose its ATP membership if a similar decision is made next year. The LTA says it is deeply disappointed and has accused the ATP of showing a surprising lack of empathy for the situation in Ukraine. The punishment follows a six-figure fine for the LTA and the All England Lawn Tennis Club, who organized Wimbledon from the WTA for excluding female Russian and Belarusian players. The ATP, which oversees men's tennis events outside of the Grand Slam, allowed Russian and Belarusian to compete in the tour event, but not under their national flag. The LTA has been fined $200,000 for each of the 5 ATP events it staged this year. The tour-level events are the Queen's Club and Eastbourne, and the Challenger Tournament at Surbiton, Nottingham and Ilkley. And straight to World Cup after a fierce 123 minutes of game time at the Education City Stadium in Qatar. Morocco did the impossible to defeat 2010 World Cup winners Spain by 3-0 on penalties. In a fabulous performance, Morocco goalkeeper Yacine Bono saved all 3 penalties from the Spanish side. Morocco for the first time advanced to the World Cup quarterfinals. In the second match of the day, Congalo Ramos justified the shock decision to drop Cristiano Ronaldo by scoring a hat-trick on his field debut as Portugal demolished Switzerland by 6-1 on Tuesday to power into the World Cup quarterfinals. The 21-year-old Ramos, who started instead of Cristiano Ronaldo, became the youngest player to strike 3 times in a World Cup knockouts match since Pelé in 1958. Pepe, Rafael Guerreiro and Rafael Leo were also on target for a rampant Portugal, who booked a showdown with Morocco on Saturday for a place in the last 4 in Qatar. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Acosta for more stories.
Thank you, Jonah, for the updates. And over to Matthias Ayodeji Peter for the entertainment news.
On our entertainment news, Kiss Daniel and Tekno's Buga is one of the biggest songs out of Africa in 2022, as it crossed borders and captivated listeners across multiple countries. The single has emerged as the most searched song in Nigeria on Google in 2022, which is a testament of its appeal and success. Buga leads others hit singles that have soundtracked the year, including Maven's Overdose, Ashake's Terminator, Rema's Calm Down, and Kata Ife's Machala. The top 10 most searched songs on Google in Nigeria in 2022 are number 1, Buga Kiss Daniel featuring Tekno, 2, Overdose, Maven's Crayon, Aerostar, Ladapo, Magix, and Boy Spice, 3, Machala, Kata Ife featuring Berry Tiga, 4, Calm Down by Rema, number 5 is Aerostar in a song titled Rush, number 6 is Ashake in the song titled Terminator, number 7 is Girlfriend by Ruga, while number 8 is Feels featuring Benson in the song titled Finesse. And number 9 is How Are You My Friend by Johnny Drill. Taking the number 10 spot is Cough by Kiss Daniel. Still on our entertainment news from Africa, Afrobeat megastar Davido is reportedly set to return on stage for the first time in months with a landmark performance at the closing ceremony of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. The closing ceremony is set to take place on Sunday, 18 December 2022, and according to the reports, Davido will be performing the Qatar World Cup anthem Higher Higher, Happy Together, alongside Trinidad singer Kaduna and Qatar singer Aisha. Davido has withdrawn from public life for family reasons, and fans and colleagues have been sending prayers and support to him. His fans recently held a heartwarming concert in his honor as he celebrated the icon in a show that has been described as the ultimate display of love. Fans and friends will be excited to see Davido return to the stage and hopefully continues to be the fun and kind megastar everyone loves and adore. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Matthias, for the entertainment update. And that is the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at the same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, MLC TV, like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, and Twitter at MLC TV 1. For your events, coverage, information, contribution, adverts, and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Fridays and Saturdays to watch our special programs. It is MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Jane Abalagbubu. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Good day and thanks for watching.